Here we are talking to Tina Hull, who lives up in Washington State. Tina is a licensed massage therapist. She's also a Bowen practitioner, but she also teaches and practices MSTR, McLaughlin Scar Tissue Release. So really nice to see you, Tina. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. What brought you into bodywork initially, into massage work?
I had a really long career in the automotive industry, but I plotted my exit, and so I think it was about 2 or 3 years it took me to investigate different careers and kind of find where I was going to land. So I went to massage school and I joined an office with a fellow colleague and Bowen worker, Nancy Clark. So I work out of her office, the Bowen Work Health Center, and I love it.
What was it about scar tissue that grabbed your attention? How did that come about?
Well, working with Nancy in the office, we talk a lot about our difficult cases, and she has gone down the rabbit hole with scar tissue and all of the different people out there. They're teaching different scar tissue techniques, and none of those really stood out to her as the go-to it thing for scars. And then she heard you were coming to the States, and she said, hey, you got to check this guy out. He comes from the Bowen world. I think you'll really like him. He's got a scar tissue class that he's teaching. And it was in that class when I got to do the hands-on part of it with a partner and see the dramatic changes like happening before I'm even done doing the technique. It just changes so fast, it was blowing my mind. It just feels like something that everybody needs to know, because no matter what body work you're doing, this aligns with it and makes what you do even more effective. So I was like, okay, this is something I could get behind. And then you make it very easy to get behind it too. And I appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much, Tina. That's beautiful. So what would you say, therefore, having some good experience of MSTR now, what do you feel that's done for your practice and for your client?
Well, I know it probably sounds cliche to say life-changing, but it actually is. MSTR ticks the instant gratification box, because somebody's they want to take a pill, they want to mark a thing, they want to have this event and it be done. And there's very few things like that in the world anymore. So to have something that is effective and doesn't revert back, doesn't change again. Once you create the opening of those fibers for people and they get the changes in their scar, it doesn't revert back. It makes them a believer even more of what other things that you do, because this is magic.
There are so many stories about how this is life-changing. Have you any particular stories that stand out for you and how they've helped maybe 1 or 2 of your clients?
This woman had gone to the doctors because she had frozen shoulder. Then someone mentioned to her about Bowen work. So she had initially come for Bowen work for frozen shoulder. So as I'm sitting down and I'm taking her history and her intake, she proceeds to tell me, because one of my questions is, what scars do you have? And then she proceeded to tell me this long laundry list from head to toe on the left side of her body, which is the side that was the frozen shoulder. And almost every scar, with the exception of a couple little ones, was from a major motor vehicle accident where she nearly died, and it took a long time to recover. And I said, I just have a feeling that I would really like to work on your ankle first. And she said, yeah, I'm game, let's do it. And I said, go ahead and get up and walk now. And she walked up and down the hallway around the front of the office. And she goes, I can't believe how amazing this feels. And I said, now let's check range of motion in your shoulders. I said, let's start with the right one, just for kicks and giggles, right? So she did the right one, it was fine. She raised the left one and her jaw about hit the floor because she had full range of motion in her left shoulder. So it blew us both away, because that was a lot of fun, because I didn't touch her shoulder. I did nothing to her shoulder.
Amazing, amazing. And just helps you appreciate how interconnected our bodies are, and how really important addressing scar tissue is. I can't thank you enough for joining me. We appreciate all the work that you do and your enthusiasm for MSTR. Tina is one of our MSTR instructors offering live classes. So we thank Tina for joining us today and look forward to maybe talking with you again in the near future.
Love it. Thank you, Alistair.